Okay, we are live. At least I think we are. I know there's probably going to be people disappointed to not see Bob Steenfott on here with us tonight. And I don't blame you. I was looking forward to it. It was going to be fun. But there's a problem. There was a huge storm that went through his area on Sunday, and he was without power for like 4 days and still doesn't have internet.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
power and internet.
I suppose, thank you, Rico Stan, for the sound and looks good. I know it looks good with her on it, but but yeah, that's disappointing. He was real upset about it. And I was like, hey, things happen. So, you can't be all upset about it.
Right? I mean, it's the last thing I'd worry about if I didn't have electricity or,
Yeah.
no internet. How do you do that?
At least this is the right time of year to not have internet, because it's no, excuse me, I said that wrong. This is the time of year to not have power because it's cooler.
Well, I don't know. I think it's worse as far as cooler in Washington State. It's probably a lot cooler than it is here. So
yeah, well, anyway, so that's that. I wish Bob could be with us tonight. He'll probably be with us in the chat because he can watch it on his phone or whatever. In fact, he might even be here now. Who knows? But got a lot of really cool things to talk about. But we want to give people a chance to get in here. I got to talk about why I'm so upset with Jason from Primetime Aquatics. I have to talk about that.
Oh, no. Is there drama?
There's going to be some drama.
Oh.
Big drama. That's why I'm wearing his shirt tonight. Big drama between me and Jason. But while we wait for people to get in here, we do have a couple of really cool things. You really ought to be the one talking about these because you talk about cool stuff.
Okay, yeah, this is cool.
We got some new stuff
on the website. We got some really cool stuff on the website, and I'm so excited to share it because it's awesome. All right, so if you've ever been on our site, you know that we sell the plushies, and we sell a couple different plushies as far as betas go, but we have a blue one. It's all blue. It's just a solid blue plushie, and it's adorable, and I love it, and I'm so excited. And they're great stocking stuffers. Stuffers? They're stocking stuffers.
A lot of people like to stuff those in people's stockings. Yeah.
So, and then this is new and super cute. If you're a fan like I am of snails, hello, how cute is that? Love snails. I love snails. I think it's just adorable. And one of my most favoriteest ones of all time. I was so surprised when I saw this. I was like, it's a discus. Look. Isn't it adorable? It's so cute. I love it. And you know what? A large discus?
It's about life size.
It's like a life-size discus.
A super fat discus, yes. Yeah. We literally got those today. So we had to show those. We sell a lot of those plushies. And they come out with new ones. We're going to get them. I mean, especially if people... I think it's
adorable. All of them.
I mean, they're doing a good job over there creating ones that people will like. So, excited to have those. We were only able to get a certain amount, so get them while you can. That's me being a salesman. Next thing to talk about, we got to go ahead. We got to go ahead and get into this drama because I am, Jason is one of my better friends on the YouTube platform. I would do anything for that guy, but right now I'm really upset with him. And
can you believe it? Spam is calling me right now.
How dare they? Don't they know what we're doing here?
Jeez. I should answer it and go along with it. Right on the live stream.
There are people who make a living on YouTube doing that. But anyway, Jason really made me mad last night. Really mad. Because first of all, he used the title that I wanted to use for our stream tonight. Something big is happening.
Dare he?
I can't believe he would do that. Uh, and then secondly, when he talked about the big thing that's happening, he pretty much credited me entirely with it. And that's not right. He deserves just as much credit as I do. It may have been me that said something first, but when it comes to the whole plan and the whole thing that we put together, he is just as guilty as I am. So what is this thing? We have been working on this since June. Was June Orlando Aquashella?
You're asking me. I can't remember.
It was right after we got married. So yeah, it was like the weekend after my birthday or whatever.
When was that? June 6th?
I'm not going to tell you the day we got married.
6th?
9th.
Okay. Sorry. Well, I don't use that. I use our old anniversary, February 28th, when we met and went on our first date and all that stuff. So that one where we signed the paper, I forget that one.
So listen, we are listening to our dogs bark hysterically outside of that door. You can't see the door. One of the things that we preach all the time on our channel, and a lot of people preach this, it's not original to us, but is the concept of if you are looking for information about fish keeping, you have a problem in your aquarium, you're thinking about getting a new piece of equipment, you're going to set up a new tank, whatever it is that you're doing, you should not go to YouTube, watch a video, get that person's opinion, and then say, okay, I know how to solve the problem now.
Right.
And then move on. Not if it's one of our videos, not if it's anybody's videos. You should be watching as many videos as you can, but then also reading articles, whatever it is, doing Google searches about whatever that issue is or product is or whatever. So Jason and I were talking about needing to do collaborations because we all get together at these events and we have such a good time and we're all there. Why wouldn't we collaborate while we're all together?
Because everybody's too busy and there's so much going on and you just forget. And
it's true.
You lose track of time and then you are getting on the plane to leave. And
it's very, very true.
What happened?
That's what happens every single time, and that's what happened this time. But we started talking about it in Orlando. We really refined it in Chicago, and then we made a plan for Dallas. We and the Adams were at all three Aquashellas this year, and we worked on it every single time. And we worked on it like when we're at home too. We talk every day. And what we wanted to do was take that concept that I was just talking about watching as many videos, getting as much information as possible, taking all of that information and then formulating your opinion from there. We said, why don't we do that all in one video? And I guess that might have been my suggestion, which is why Jason is giving me all the credit, which he shouldn't do. But it might have been my idea to do that. Hey, how about we take one question and we get everybody to answer that one question
in their own words and
right,
how they would deal with whatever the issue is, whatever the question is.
The idea was we would do this in Dallas, in person. We go around and we all film each other. And it started out with just being me or us and Primetime. We would make videos, they would make videos, and we would get a bunch of people in them, but it was going to be on our channel and on Primetime's channel. And then we were like, no, why would we do that? Why don't we spread it across everywhere? Anybody that wants to make videos like these, we could film for them, they could film for us. It could be a huge party. It'd be wonderful. Why don't we do that? So we started reaching out to a bunch of other YouTubers, and it was all planned out. It was all ready to go. I have my list here, and I could count real quick while I'm on here, but my list was about probably 15 names. 15 YouTubers that I knew were going to be in Dallas. I spoke to them ahead of time. I sent them the questions ahead of time. Jason did the same. And then others were sending us questions, and it was all getting chaotic. And the problem is nobody filmed a thing.
Yeah. Because what I said happened, right?
It's true. Yes. And it was not only that, though, because there were some, more mellow moments, but they had loud music playing. It was chaotic. It was loud, and it just wouldn't have worked. I mean, everybody's videos would have gotten demonetized, which to some people that doesn't matter, but to most it does. And so it was just something that didn't work out. So we said, you know what? This is too good of an idea to just poo-poo it, to scratch it and say, forget it. We're just not going to do it. So we decided, instead of doing that in-person kind of a thing, we'll just get everybody to send clips. We'll be sending clips back and forth, and we'll do it that way. So it is still happening, and it starts tomorrow, actually. The first video in this whole series of videos, I just got done eating dinner, comes out tomorrow on Primetime Aquatics channel. And now here's the thing. There's a lot of other channels that have said they're going to do these videos too. I have filmed question or answers, which I sent to them. I'm filming more. I was supposed to do them today, but I'm going to do them tomorrow. I've sent a lot of videos out to other creators. I don't know if they're going to do videos or not, but I did my part. So it's not just my channel or our channel and Primetime's channel. It's going to be a lot of channels. And so it's going to be one of those things that it's going to be a good watch because it's going to mix everything all up, and you can just go from channel to channel to channel and watch it. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a playlist and put all the videos on it, not just ours, but the ones on the other channels and stuff like that. We'll put on that same playlist so you can click on one and watch everybody's in a row. It's going to be very, very cool. I don't know if we're able to create like a central playlist that everybody can just upload or connect to. I don't know, but there's going to be playlists, and it's going to be very cool and very fun. I think it's a new approach. Jason was saying it's never been done. I don't know if it's never been done before, but I don't think it's ever been done before.
You're so funny.
There's been plenty of collaborations where, lots of YouTubers get together, but having one question that everybody answers, I don't know that that's been done before. So
I think we did the YouTubers' biggest mistakes one a couple years ago.
Yeah, and that was good. I enjoyed doing that. I guess that's similar.
Little different though, because it wasn't
everybody addressing the same issue.
It was once, yeah. I guess it is. It was one question, like, what was your biggest mistake, and that was the answer. But it didn't. I guess there were things you could learn from with that. Because,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I said I was mad at Jason was because, first of all, he got to talk about it first. He got to use the title, Something Big is Happening.
You snooze, you lose. You could have talked about it last Thursday.
He gave me all the credit, which he should not do, because he was just as involved as I was. And he also, I don't know, I'm mad at him for something else too. I don't know what it is. I'll find something.
Oh, but you're going to wear a shirt. That's how mad you are.
I am not mad at Jason. I'm being silly here, but no, I am excited about it. Like I said, the first one is going to be on his channel. He announced it yesterday, and I saw so many people. I've been looking. I haven't seen anybody ask it in here, but a lot of people asked names of people that are involved with this series, and there's a ton of them. There's a lot. I know I have, in my first one that's going up on Sunday, supposed to be 12. There's 10 so far. 2 of them I'm still waiting on. Way to go last minute, fellas. But
well, you know what? I was last minute.
That's true. We just filmed hers 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But there's names like Serpa Design, MD Fish Tanks. Yes, that was the number one person that I saw over and over again in Jason's chat last night. Is MD Fish Tanks on it? Is MD Fish Tanks on it? Yes, he is.
Whose idea was that?
I'm pretty sure Jason and I said that like day one. We named off all the people that we'd want to be in there.
But
I mean, I don't know. I'll give you the credit. That's fine. I mean, you did get me in touch with him, so that's fine.
wow.
Yeah, hey, you got the credit. That's fine. So, Serpa Designs, MD Fish Tanks, King of DIY. We've got Aquarium Info. Got hers today.
We got hers too?
Yep. Of course,
cool.
Prime
Jamie's
Time,
cute.
us. And then it's not all big channels either. We've got quite a few lefties in it. Lefty 3213A, lefty lots of numbers. I'm waiting on Fishy Biz. I'm gonna call him out on.
He's been busy with turkeys.
33,000 people watching right now. I am gonna
33,000.
I'm calling him out in front of everybody. No, Drew, he's got a lot on his plate, but he better send me his. So yeah, lots of really cool names. It's gonna be a blast, and mine is coming up. Ours is coming up on Sunday, and the question is going to be: my fish is gasping for air. What do I do? It's already there, and it's the. You would think that we would all kind of have the same answer. We don't. There's a lot of really unique answers, different approaches, things like that. It's really cool. That's all I got to say.
I'm glad that I didn't watch anybody else's. I like that about it. We all kind of do our own thing, and then it's going to be a huge surprise on Sunday. Not for you because you're editing them all and putting them all together, but for me, it's going to be a surprise.
So here's what I did. Here was my strategy. I had no choice but to look at the videos that people sent because I had to make sure they looked okay and stuff like that. But I didn't watch them. I just clicked on them and I would see them and I would hear the audio and I'd be like, okay, we're good. And then I would come off because I didn't want to say the same things everybody else does.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense.
So there you go. But I did put the edit together, finish it up today, and it's really good. It's really good.
Awesome.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So, and hopefully those last two get in. If not, if you don't see Fishy Biz in there, I'm going to need you all to go on his next live stream and give him a bunch of crap for it because, he wasn't able to get his act together and get into this. But
well, I mean, again, like I said, I was last minute too, and I didn't make it in one that I could have been in, but I had a good reason this week. I am getting old.
Oh, stop it.
And my face reacts to things differently now, and I had a great big red swollen face for a few days. So when I should have been recording, I wasn't able to record. And it's crazy because that happened right before I went to Dallas too. One of my eyes both of my eyes were all swollen and irritated from an eye product. So it's like, it's crazy what happens as you get older.
Being a woman.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the new news. That's the exciting news. I'm so happy about it, and I cannot wait for all of you to be able to see those. Again, not just my channel, not just Primetime, but others. Science Gal is involved. I saw her name. There's Drew. Yeah, we were just talking about you, Drew. You might want to rewind about 3 minutes.
Yeah. But he's doing something good too, though. So he's got an excuse this week. He was delivering turkeys to the students at school. He had raised money and got donations to be able to buy kids turkeys so that they didn't go without a Thanksgiving dinner this year. So Fishy Biz has been doing good things.
He's always doing good things. I just enjoy being able to give him a hard time. It's just what I do. It's fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you know what? That's exactly what he does to me. And he had a big live stream last week. He had Brett Raymer on there last week, which was awesome. That was a lot of fun. Good watch. Anybody didn't get to see that, go watch that. Brett Raymer from Tanked. He's kind of become a friend of all of ours. Definitely go and watch that stream. It was a good time. So, told you last week that we're going to add a new thing to the streams, we're going to go to the replay, and we're going to select some comments out of there. I don't know why I'm clapping my hands. We are going to get to that. What I want to do, because I don't want to fall behind.
Okay.
I want to get to these real quick. Rico Stan talking a bunch of nonsense. I don't understand what he says half the time. Little old lady got mutilated last night. Werewolves of London. Glad I'm saving this for an important message.
What?
Maybe that little old lady got mutilated last night. Maybe that is a line from that song, Werewolves of London. I don't know. I don't know that song.
Oh, that's so sad, though.
Rico's so old, he might.
He is not.
I'm able to say that because I never got to meet him in person. So.
But the thing is, apparently he is older, but he doesn't look older.
I know how old he is because he told me, but I'm not going to say it.
I thought he was like doing the beard thing and all to try to look older, but it wasn't working. And I was like, shut up. That's what I literally said that to his face. I was like, shut up. When he told me his age.
He's got some experience, that guy. But no, we love Rico. We love giving him a hard time. Caleb Lester, the beta I bought from you guys just went in the tank. Thanks you guys so much.
Hey,
that's awesome.
that's great.
Enjoy that. Enjoy your new pet. That's what I like to tell everybody all the time. Ligate 12, Lisa, your hair looks amazing today. Your hair looks good too, John.
Can you see the blue? You probably can't, but thank you for the compliment. I do. I have blue in my hair. Can you see it? Like I got it's called peekaboo. Peekaboo blue. I don't know if you can see it. It's really like subtle. But in the light you can see it.
I can see it. We probably need to tilt the camera down a little bit more to see the tips, but
that's okay.
But anyway.
Yeah,
there you go. Now you can see them. Brandon Hume, you should sell shirts with your Oscar quote on them. Been there, done that.
Yeah, but we should bring them back for a little while. Limited time only.
I love the videos and streams. Big fan. By the way, my partner is Maine Primetime Aquatics. I'm KG Tropicals. It'd be awesome to see more of y'all working together. I completely agree. And that's really, really cool because, you know, they're one of my favorite channels too. So I'm glad that you are, your partner is more involved with them. Hey, spread the love. I ain't got no problem with that at all.
Funny story, my best friend, she works at the school, at a middle school. And one of the other teachers there had brought a beta in yesterday to school and was trying to, explain to the class how to take care of the beta. So he wanted to make sure the students learned too, not just from him telling them, but, from a YouTube video. So he had I think she said my video on when she walked in, one of my beta videos, and it was such a shock to her. And then he put Primetime on because he was a fan of both. I just thought it was hilarious.
Gotta love that.
So,
are we married? Yes, we are. I love wearing my Oscar shirt everywhere. I'm reading from the chat.
Oh.
We got married on June 9th. Can you believe that? It's only been a few months.
See, that's why I'm getting that number 6 mixed up. Because it's the 6th month. 6. So I was like, June 6th.
6-9. There's a lot of jokes that could be made, but we're going to keep this G-rated. Somebody also said, health is wealth and very nice to have this online chat session. Cheers. And can you all keep snakehead fishes now in your country or Asian arowana in your country? Snakeheads are illegal in some states and not illegal in others. I don't know if they're illegal in Virginia because I've never tried to get one. I don't dislike them. I think they're pretty cool, but I don't have any interest in having one. I know they used to be illegal here, and I'm pretty sure they're illegal in Maryland, which we're 2 miles from Maryland, but I don't really know. Asian arowanas, they're a no. Don't get me started. There's probably a lot of people that are going to leave the chat right now because they're like, oh, here he goes. I'm not going to do it. I've done it many times, though. Asian arowanas, it's stupid that we can't have them here in the United States, but we're not able to do it. So that's going to be a big bust for both of your questions there. And back to Brandon Hume, we used to have those shirts. It said if you don't like Oscars on the front, and on the back it said you can go, and it was censored, but you knew what it meant. And that was, they sold out really, really fast. It was kind of a limited run kind of thing. And they sold really quickly. With shirts like that, I think it's fun to do randomly every once in a while, do something fun. Did you see Joanna's shirt last night? She did a Christmas Primetime Aquatics shirt.
Yeah, that's adorable.
I think things like that is awesome. And, we maybe could bring the Oscar shirt back. We're not going to be able to bring it back for this Christmas because it takes too long to get them done. But, we had a lot of fun with those. Mm-hmm. And I've got a couple for myself. Maybe one day I'll wear them. Rustic Nashville, Lisa got my gorgeous babies today. He is such a nice, big, adorable boy. She is gorgeous, too.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
You look super glam tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Fish Tank Barn, are you going to the OCA this weekend? No, unfortunately, we are not. And unfortunately, we also cannot talk about why. Got a big, super secret thing that we're not going to be able to talk about for like 7 months.
Sorry. Oh, and it is not that. I promise.
It's not a baby.
It's not a baby.
No. Thank you, because I can see that now.
I was like, it's probably.
It does not involve a pregnancy of any kind.
None, not one at all.
There are no more, at least not that we know of, grandchildren on the way. It's not a pregnancy. It's just something we can't talk about yet. And when we do talk about it, you will know. And it's kind of keeping me from going this weekend. So no, Mike, I'm sorry. I will not see you there this weekend. And I know for a fact Monday's going to come around and I am going to be upset that I didn't go.
You should have gone. It's not my fault. I told you, you should go.
No, it's not like you've kept me from going.
Because I went to the Keystone Clash.
I know.
And that was kind of the whole deal. Like, okay, we'll go to Aquashella together and we can do some of the other things separate that are drivable, but
yeah. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm going to be mad that I didn't go, but
right.
it is what it is. Melissa Jeswald says, Lisa, thank you from Crush. All my tanks love their leaves.
You're welcome. I sent a little treat.
Yeah. CJ Black, looking forward to the collaboration videos. Sounds great. I just saw the name Primetime Aquatics show up in the chat. Jason, you missed me talking about how mad I am about
you. Never know. He could have been lurking.
Maybe he was. I think he would have probably said something before then. But no, I said I'm mad at you because you gave me all the credit for coming up with that series, and it's not. You were just as involved. So you deserve just as much credit as I do. LC, good day, John and Lisa, JNL, and okay. I'm gonna start over.
Yeah.
Good day, JNL, Lisa, my Betta, Vincent, who is a red, orange, and black koi, is in a 5-gallon. He's got a floating Betta log, and 2 small pieces of spiderwood in the tank. Wow. What else can I add?
I wouldn't add anything else. I think that's enough. And I'm sure he's happy because if you've got one on the bottom, then he's got something to hide in down there. If you have the floating log up top, he's, I'm sure, very happy up there. I don't think you need to add anything else.
You're already kind of limited in space. And if you have all that stuff in there, it probably looks really cool. Mm-hmm. Why do you need to add more stuff in there? Don't. Just leave it.
Get a 10-gallon, and then you can add more.
Oh, see, now you're opening up a whole other can of worms. And if
saying.
you weren't in Canada, I would give you a really good website that you could buy all of that stuff at. Everything you just mentioned, you could have bought from there.
Oh, Ken's Fins. Today is my birthday, and a shout-out from you guys would make it better. Happy birthday, Ken's Fins.
Happy birthday. You will not get me to sing the song for you. I wish I was one of those people. I used to sing in front of audiences. But for some reason, I can't do it now.
Speaking of birthdays, my son, my baby, the youngest kid that I've ever had. Yeah, that would be it. The youngest. He turned 18 on Tuesday.
We officially have no more kids.
I don't know what to do with myself. I feel like, I don't know, it's just been really weird. It's like they're all grown up.
Before y'all give me a bunch of crap, it's zero sugar. Okay, come on. I like this. I just saw this. I like looking at the chat. It's fun. We're going to get to the ones from last week, I promise. But I saw a name that I wanted to... Out of curiosity, how would y'all react and what would you do if given the opportunity to accompany Jeremy Wade from River Monsters on one of his quests? I would be thrilled, but I also probably wouldn't go. Unless it was in like North Carolina.
What is... Okay.
He's the guy from River Monsters.
So I've heard this Jeremy Wade, and I've heard this before, and I've seen it in comment section for a video. What did you mix him up with?
Thank
somebody?
You for bringing that up. I'm really happy that you did that.
You
That's
know
a
what
great
I'm talking
thing.
about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So that's the guy?
Who did I confuse him for? There was two shows. There was River Monsters, and there was like Monster Fish or something. I don't remember what the other one's called. What's the other guy's name? Somebody help me out here. I really need to know now because the guy that I said is the wrong guy.
I mean, you could probably find it in one of today's comments. It's so funny.
I'll think of it if I can have a second.
It's so funny because it's like there's always somebody that comments on that even years later that...
Yeah, it happens. Zeb Hogan, there you go.
Yeah.
It was, I said in the video, River Monsters with Zeb Hogan, but Zeb Hogan was like Monster Rivers or it was something totally, it was a very similar show, almost identical show. But the thing is, to answer the question, I'm not interested in getting into that water. I'm not interested in wrestling fish. I'm not interested in risking my life, get swallowed by a red-tailed catfish or something like that. That's just not, I'm not into that.
I wouldn't do it either because I would be too scared. I'm a chicken. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't go in the water, especially if it's brown and I can't see what's below it and I can't swim.
I'm really weird with that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can swim perfectly fine.
I would be a big wuss. Even when I could see the water when we were in Florida that time and that stingray tried to kill me when I fell out of the boat or kayak, whatever it was, I was a mess and I could see, I would have a panic attack and just pass out.
Folks, she's telling a story right now that is absolutely true.
But
and
this is how it was through my eyes. Everybody's heard this story before.
I know, but I'm going to tell it again because I've never in my life seen this woman so scared. And it made me feel really bad because I'm the guy that, I go over there and I rescue her and I'm laughing the whole time.
I don't recall you rescuing me. I feel like I panicked and completely rescued myself.
I went
fear.
over there. I got out of my canoe, stood on the ground where that stingray was, and I held the canoe or the kayak so that you could get back up on it. If you don't remember that part, it's because you temporarily lost your mind from fear.
I just remember my butt being in the air.
Stingray was not near her. It went under her and I pointed it out. I said, "Oh, cool, look, it's a stingray." And then she lost her mind. That's what happened. That's the story.
No, I went to look and I tipped.
And she fell in and she was absolutely horrified that she thought the stingray was going to kill her. But anyway.
Well, I've watched that show where that guy died from a stingray. It scared me.
Well, you didn't. Yeah. Okay. That's true. It's been a pleasure to be subscribed thus far. Awesome. Ruben Ramirez. Thank you for saying that because we try to make it valuable for everybody. Liquid Zoo, OnlyFins, John's hair sexy as.
Nice.
It
does look good.
Yeah.
Looks good.
It's real good.
Yeah.
Killer Kitty. I think I used to call that Curl Kitty. 08, but it's Killer Kitty 08 with the $2 smiling kitty.
Aw,
thank you so much for that. Anthony Norse, $8.67 super chat, 5309. Not sure what that means.
Ooh, we should play those numbers.
Maybe it is our second or our lucky numbers today. I don't know. But thank you for that. That's going to be a mystery. Greg Witt just made my second order. Love the channel. Awesome. Thank you. James Green became a member. Melissa Nunez said, here's $5.
Aw,
I don't want anything for it. I just want to give you money. Thank you so much for that. Joshua Lewis, dreamfish are red-headed tapayos, however you say that. How many in an Aquarium 65-gallon ensemble? Dimensions are 36 3/8 by 18 3/8 by 25 inches. Longer is better, but it's all I have. When will 36 by 42 Higer lights be back in stock? You know what's going on in the ports right now? That's why. That's why. That's all I have to say about that. If I had an answer to that question, I would tell you. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just saying it's frustrating for me. Trust me. And I get the emails every single day. I can't answer that. I wish I could. It makes me very, very upset. And I am not as familiar with those redheads that you're talking about. I have seen them. I've seen them in what I believe to be full-grown splendor. And I don't recall them being huge fish. I'm not sure I'd want to have them in a tank that size for very long, though. I think I would be recommending to you, you give them a few months, that's fine. But as you're starting to take care of those fish, let's get on the ball. Don't buy any more Higer lights. Let's get on the ball with getting a bigger tank. Maybe get them a 125 or something like that. That'd be so much better. So much better. If I was familiar or at least somewhat knowledgeable about those fish, I would tell you everything I know. But unfortunately, that ain't much with really anything. 867-5309. I get that.
Jenny.
It's because it's an $8.67 super chat. 867-5309.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Brilliant super chat of the day.
And the person I was talking about was Steve Irwin.
Well, yeah, I knew that.
Oh, I forgot his name. That was so disrespectful.
All right, we are going to get to some of these questions from last week. Now, let me tell you what I did. I went through, and I've got 5 of them, and I'm pretty sure none of them have anything to do with betas.
Oh.
And none of them are like, how many Oscars questions.
Oh.
But I don't remember the questions, and that's kind of important. Like I read them real quick, and then I set them away. So it's kind of like a live reaction kind of thing, I guess you could say. I don't know really what it is that I'm saying. How do you deal with 29-gallon full of baby Mickey Mouse platies?
Ooh.
They are still too small to take to the fish store.
Aww.
I do frequent water changes and keep the parameters in check. And everyone seems happy in there. Can I just keep them all together until they are big enough? 40-year fish keeper, first time with babies. How cool is that? That after 40 years, you can be doing something for the first time. I don't know if Jennifer Bingham is... I know y'all are seeing this and you're like, oh, she's a member. Of course, that's why John's answer. No, it just happens to be that way. I don't know if Jennifer is with us here tonight. This was on the replay, so I'm assuming she's going to be watching this on replay. So here's the thing. When you're talking about live bears that are just constantly popping out babies, if you have that problem and you want to stop that from happening, now see, I'm wondering if you have the parents and then all the fry in the same tank, or if you have... The way I don't know what that noise was.
Sound like a beep.
The way I read the question was you got some platies and then you have a 29-gallon with all the babies in it. That's how I read it. I don't know if that's really the real deal. If that's the case, and if it continues to be a problem, you're probably able to distinguish which ones are the males and which ones are the females in your breeding tank.
The females have the babies come out.
I married a genius, ladies and gentlemen.
They're the fat ones.
I would take...
Sometimes the little wiggly things come out. So
I would take the males. At least this is what I would do. And it might be wrong.
Yes, get rid of all the males.
I would take the males and I would put them in with the fry. And then I would leave the females in the tank by themselves because they can't get pregnant if they're the only ones in there. They can't get each other pregnant, at least not that I've ever heard. So that's what I would do to stop the population. But then, of course, those males are going to want to get in there and do their thing, and they don't care if it's their own offspring. So, it's a problem that you're going to continue having for quite some time. But it's a good problem to have. It's a lot of fun to raise those fry. It's a joy to be able to do that. So what I would do is keep doing exactly what you're doing. Keep raising those fish and enjoy that whole process. And when they do get big enough, they're not going to be hard to get rid of because everybody loves platies.
They're so cute.
Especially Mickey Mouse platies. And so you're not going to have a hard time getting rid of them, whether it be selling them on Craigslist or selling them. Is Craigslist even a website anymore? I don't even know. But you're not going to have a problem getting rid of those. And your fish stores will always take them. Just don't expect very much money. And also, you'd probably be better. When it comes to live bearers like that, like Mickey Mouse platies, which are very common, they're not some kind of rare thing. In your situation, the fish store would actually be doing you a favor if they gave you nothing for them. I'm just saying. Helps with population control, get in good with that fish store. You know what I'm saying.
Or, go to a fish club.
There's that too.
There's swaps and everything.
Let's see.
Donate them to a school.
Oops.
If they have a tank.
Take them to Drew's school. He's got tanks in there.
Oh, yeah. Let's drive 500 miles to get there.
I'm just saying. I don't know where she lives. She might live next door to Fishy Biz. I don't know. JR's video games. I'm getting ready to move, but need to take my fish with me. How do I take the fish with me when I move?
Oh.
That's one of those where it's like sentence and then the same sentence backwards. I'm just breaking your balls, JR. Come on. Don't get upset with me. But oh boy, that's interesting timing for that question, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you have, let me see. You said need to take my fish with me. You didn't talk about how many tanks you have. You didn't talk about how many fish you have. What are you awing about? What happened?
Don't worry about it.
Oh. The best piece of advice that I could give you, it doesn't matter if you're moving an hour away, 15 minutes down the road. If you have a lot of aquariums and you are really worried about this, what I would tell you, I know this is hard. I know this is extremely hard. But have the moving of your aquariums be separate from moving everything else. Mm-hmm. Now, I understand if you live in Michigan and you're moving to Florida, I understand that might be quite difficult to do. But if it's not like that, if it's a local move or if you're moving even a couple hours away or something like that, that's exactly what I would do. We know someday we're going to move. Who knows when, who knows where.
And we've moved plenty of times with fish tanks.
Yeah. I mean, for us, we are really going to have a hard time with that and plan on doing videos about it. It might be 4 years from now. I don't know. Whenever this happens, we're going to make a lot of videos about it because we will be able to demonstrate, because I'm sure we're not going to move 15 minutes down the road. And the way we're going to end up doing it, when you think about this guy here, that guy there, we got another one, we got a bunch of big tanks. It's not something that I can do. I can't throw these in the truck while we're throwing in our mattresses and our furniture, and it's just not going to work. So it's going to be a completely separate thing where it's basically an entire weekend, if not 2 weekends, of doing nothing but moving aquariums. Nobody worries about that more than me. Trust me. So it is something that is very, very stressful. But if you're moving close by, if you want to make yourself feel better, get yourself a battery operated air pump or a USB air pump, and plug that air pump in your car, the USB one, and run an air stone in a bucket with your fish in it. If you got big guys like this, they ain't going to go in a bucket, maybe a tub. Have an air stone in there if you're vehicle is heated, then you're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. You might be a little warm.
Cooler, maybe. A bit cooler.
Cooler too. Yeah, absolutely. That'll make your fish be okay. And then you can take your time with everything else, because there would be nothing more catastrophic ever than to be moving a big tank like this with big fish like this, and that tank breaks because you're in a hurry.
Yeah.
My biggest nightmare would be that, because where else am I going to put them? I mean, okay, the yellow labs are still small. We could put them in a 75. We could work it out, but that would be the worst for us. So take your time, get plenty of help to help carry the tanks so that you don't break the tanks when you're transporting them. And like I said, try to separate that project from all of the others, because if you don't, bad things can happen.
Yes. Very, very stressful.
This next one is from Gavin Goddard. Are longer takes better than squarer ones? Squarer. Is that a real word? I don't know, but I like the sound of it.
Squarer.
I've been agonizing between 255s. One is taller and deeper and about 20 centimeters shorter than the other. And I just can't seem to decide which I'd prefer.
I guess it would depend on what fish you're going to put in it.
It would, but with 55s, you're still going with relatively smaller fish. You're not going to be putting,
Unless you're getting one single fish to put in there.
Sure.
So what if you wanted to put just one Oscar in that tank? Which one would you do? Or just one flower horn?
There's a lot of people that keep flower horns in smaller tanks than that. I would probably go with the squarer one.
The squarer one? Mm-hmm.
I probably would.
Angels too.
Angels, I like height for angels.
Yeah. But for a long 55, I would say like schooling fish. They have more.
Yeah, I mean, he's not asking what kind of fish. He's just asking which one's better.
Well, but
that's
the point.
Depends.
It's going to be on, depends on what fish he wants.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, it does.
You heard that. He said, I was absolutely right.
I say that every day.
And today is November 18th. It's 8:48. John said, you're absolutely right.
You all also saw her not remember the day we got married. So there we go. We're even now. But yeah, it's a matter of preference. I mean, if they're both 55 gallons, I don't know that there's going to be a fish that could fit in a regular size 55, but would never go in a squarer one. I don't know that that's even really a thing. I think it's going to be a matter of preference, whether what you like, what you prefer. Do you want to spread things out, or do you want to just have things ever, in a squarer configuration? So maybe I shouldn't have picked that one. Not that it was a bad question, Gavin.
No, I think that was a really good question.
It is a good question.
We debated it.
It's just hard to really give you it's like, there's not a definitive answer like, oh, it has to be this. I've had both. We had a 65 cube for a while.
Love that
it was
tank.
One of my favorite tanks ever.
I know.
Loved it. Okay, I like to pull these up first so I can see them. And then, oh no, there's a question for me and a question for you. Question for John. This is from Fishy Pet Keeping. I feel like I've seen that name in here tonight. I don't know. What do you prefer? This is for John. What do you prefer, Jurassic Park or Jurassic World? And then the question for Lisa is, if you could only keep monster fish, which ones would you choose? I'm going to go ahead and have you answer that first.
So, question for me, if you could only keep monster fish,
If you could only keep monster fish, which ones would you choose?
I would definitely not get an Oscar. And you know what? Would you consider a datnoid a monster fish? Mm-hmm. Because I want a datnoid. I've only had little ones when we sold them at the fish store, but I've seen them at aquariums, and they're huge, and I love datnoids. So, yeah, I would definitely want a datnoid.
And do I prefer Jurassic Park or Jurassic World? Well, they're all good movies. I'm going to tell you, having seen Jurassic Park, the very first one, the Steven Spielberg one, in the movie theaters, which I know you've seen it too.
Of course I have.
That of course you have.
Not in the movie theater, though.
The first scene, the first dinosaur they see is the Triceratops laying down sick, right? I'm pretty sure that's the first one they see. But then they drive out into that field and they like look up and they see the Brontosaurus and you just get that whole view of that whole thing. That was one of the most impressive scenes I've ever seen. And when I think about which one I prefer, I immediately go to that scene and I say it has to be Jurassic Park.
Alrighty.
I am a humongous fan of Chris Pratt, so I love the Jurassic World movies. Isn't that the ones with Chris Pratt? I don't know.
Newer ones, duh.
Yeah. And then the girl, too, with the red hair that I can't remember her name. That's going to drive me crazy. What is her name? Somebody say it in the chat. But I like those a lot, but I would have to give the nod to the original Jurassic Park because that was a groundbreaking movie. That was like awesome. And it had what's his name in it. I can't think of anybody's names today.
It's what's his name.
Yeah. That guy with the thing, and he does the thing, you know.
Well, I just want to say something really quick. Crystal's Pets and Plants is in here. I see her in chat. And I wanted to say congratulations on your new grandson. He's adorable.
I have to look it up now because it's going to drive me. Oh, no, I don't. It's
John
Jeff.
said congratulations too.
Yes, absolutely. Congratulations. I'm sorry. I had 12 things going on in my brain. Jeff Goldblum. Any movie with Jeff Goldblum in it, you got to love. Period. And Newman was in it too.
Newman, yeah.
Hello, Newman.
Newman.
You don't know who Newman is.
I know who Newman is.
Who's
from
Newman?
Seinfeld.
Oh, had a girl.
Duh.
You made me so proud. So I saw somebody, I peeked up in the chat. Somebody said, do you ever realize how gorgeous your wife is? Every single day I do that. And believe me,
Stop.
it doesn't even register with her anymore because I always say it because I'm a smart person. Can you keep guppies with a red-tailed shark? Also, what would you day to someone who is able to do this and successfully breed the guppies in the tank? I think it's say. What would you say to someone who is able to do this and successfully breed the guppies in the tank?
Can
you keep
Are you
guppies?
going to be nice about this question?
Red-tailed sharks are about that big.
Oh, because you know what I was thinking?
Red-tailed catfish.
Red-tailed catfish.
If it was red-tailed catfish.
I was totally having a complete brain toot right there and automatically thinking red-tailed catfish. Like, is this person really asking this question? But okay, you're right.
if it was red-tailed catfish, I would not have been nice. And I also wouldn't have gotten this and screenshotted it because, duh, that's obviously somebody that's just trolling. But red-tailed sharks have really teeny mouths. I don't know that I've heard them being a problem for guppies. But then again, I'm not going to tell you you can keep them with it. I've had red-tailed sharks, and did I say red-tailed cats earlier? I think I said sharks. But anyway, I've had them with community fish, and I've never had any issues. But I don't know that it's a good idea to keep them with guppies. Maybe for population control, maybe they would eat the fry. I don't really know. But I think the reason why King QBE is, I believe that would be pronounced QBI. I think I just figured it out. QBI. Because isn't it, if it ends in II, it's EI is how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Anyway, King, I think you're asking that because you've done that. And cool. You already know the answer to that question. So I'm not, no offense, King. You are the king. I don't know what it was about that made me screenshot that. Anyway, why don't I go to this and you find something on there? How about that?
Oh, okay.
I think I saw something in here that I did want to talk about, though. Newman is Wayne Knight. Yeah, I couldn't remember that. Hello, Newman. He was a great character in Jurassic Park. That was a great movie, Jurassic Park.
DJ Jamie Bottoms Up Radio CA.
What?
Hi, I have a 90-gallon high tank. What do you think of having 2 Oscar fish with a FX4 pump?
I mean, sure. It's
it's an Oscar question, John.
I am an
And you're
Oscar.
FX4 XF. Never
Yep.
mind.
Try
All of
again.
them. Fan.
Keep on going.
I can't do it 3 times. FX4 XF. Never mind. I give up.
Please keep trying. This is fun. Are you trying to say FX4, FX6?
FX. Yeah.
I am a fan of those. We own and operate multiple of those filters. You know, the Oscar snob in me wants to say, 90 gallon, not ideal, but it's fine. I mean, let's face it. There are more Oscars on this planet that are in tanks that are 55 gallons or smaller than there are Oscars that are being treated right. And I shouldn't have even said that. I feel bad for saying that because yes, you can keep an Oscar in a 55 gallon and treat them right. But the reason why I say that, the reason why I said it the way I did is because most people don't.
Right.
So, yeah, it can be done. A 90 gallon, you're going to be doing a whole lot better than most. So, good on you. Mm-hmm. Where did I stop? Oh, it skipped. Love YouTube. Thank you so much. Oh. I was watching a live stream. I'm going to say it, y'all. I've been obsessed with the Kyle Rittenhouse trial for the last 2 weeks.
It's true.
And I've been watching this live stream that had over 100,000 viewers. 100,000 people watching it at one time.
And their live stream was going...
Their chat is like a scroll constant. Yeah. And he was reading through Super Chats and he was scrolling through it and he said, oh, it just skipped. And I was like, yes, it's not just me. I'm not the only one that gets the stupid skip of the thing. Yeah. Matthew.
Oh, can I do one?
Sure.
Because I've seen it come through a couple of times. Alice B says, at Lisa, my Betta has 2 cloudy eyes. One has a little white string looking thing, 5-gallon tank. Parameters are in good range, no sharp items, 4 neons as tank mates, few live plants and eco soil ideas. Well, okay. The first thing that comes to my mind, and I might not be right, but the first thing that comes to my mind is it's a 5-gallon tank with a Betta and 4 other fish in there, and it's kind of, in my opinion, overcrowded. So what could be happening is maybe the neons, maybe they're going at the Betta's eye a little bit. It could be causing
scaring the Betta, making it swim and hit his eye on
yeah,
something.
I mean, that's what I mean, parameters are good. I honestly would take those neon tetras out and I'd put them in another tank, let the Betta be in a tank alone and add some salt, aquarium salt. I mean, that's my opinion, but...
And knowing is half the battle.
One has a little white string looking thing from the eye. See, that sounds like it might be getting nipped at. I don't know. It's really hard to try to diagnose something by hearing, somebody's what they're saying, but that's what I'm coming up with by what you're saying.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I don't answer those questions.
Well, I wanted to try to help because she's asked that several times. So that's like my first.
You did a great job. I'm saying I don't, because you just never know. It's so hard in a few words to explain something like that. It takes me a long time to figure those things out anyway. And so, yeah, there's 1.5 million things that could be causing that.
Well, I mean, that would be the first thing I would think, but...
Matthew, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say, It's the only way I know how to say it, Matthew. Why are y'all so awesome?
Aw, that's so nice.
Well, let me tell you why we're awesome. It all started. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. We have fun. That's why.
Yeah.
And that's very nice of you to say.
Real.
If you think we are, that's very nice of you. And it's because we have fun. That's why.
Yeah.
We're the luckiest people alive. We really are. And if you ever hear us complain about our lives, just unsubscribe, dislike, do all of that. Is the dislike button even exist anymore? I don't know. Because we're full of you know what if we're ever complaining about life, because we got it made. I'm not lying to you.
I mean, we have 5 kids we're not responsible for anymore because they're all over 18. No, I mean...
Kicked them all out. No, we didn't do that.
2 awesome grandkids. Everybody's healthy. So, yeah.
Stephen P. wanted to see me say it twice because it's Stephen P. 2003 Aquardix. Aquardix. And his super chat is Aquardix. I still hate it. I love you. Hate it. Hate that name.
I think it's hilarious.
And I like it because you know I hate it and you keep it on there. Because why would you take it off if I don't like it? You shouldn't do that. So good on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rico Stan, I was going to give you more, but I can't find my coin purse. How about a nice butterscotch?
Oh my gosh. I remember
playing up the old man thing there.
Oh yeah. Because I think butterscotch, I think like my grandmother's house or something.
That's exactly why he said that. Rico, you ain't got us by too many years. So when we make old jokes, it's because we are old too. So you know it's all done in fun.
Spiritual Saggy said, Lisa, I'm new to the hobby and was wondering if a mystery snail can be housed with the Betta. The Betta is in a 10-gallon by itself. Yes, you could put a couple mystery snails in there, actually. I love snails. I love snails. They're great. So
just don't put that snail with your Betta.
Yeah. This cutest little snail ever.
Don't put that snail in your tank. Those go on the outside of your tanks, ladies and gentlemen.
Adorable. Oh, you know what? Sorry. I'm just going to interrupt him and what he's doing.
You ain't interrupting nothing. I wasn't even saying anything.
We got a very special gift in the mail a few weeks ago from Valerie.
That's what I do.
And I mean, this was just so thoughtful. Absolutely just appreciate it so much. And we're going to get some, what do you call those things? Picture frames.
They're called frames.
Yeah, we're going to get frames. Because Valerie made this special Oscar picture for John.
Isn't it adorable? And listen, it looks like...
It looks like your Oscar.
Yeah, it looks like she may have screenshotted a picture of my fish and then painted my fish. It's amazing. I love it.
It's beautiful.
Because it even has the circle on the anal fin.
Yeah. And then this Betta picture is gorgeous. I love it. Thank you, Valerie. If you're watching, thank you so much.
Oh, God, I wish I could talk about it. Jeez.
I also got another special gift because I'm trying to shut John up.
Thank you for bailing me out there.
No, this is a special gift because a very, very good friend and a very special person to me sent this to me as a just to send it to me, and it was so sweet. You might recognize the name on this box. Yep, Susie Q.
And all 5 of her channels.
But Susie Q is her main channel. She sent me these. Now I want to be... Do you see... Can you see... The holder is a monstera leaf. These are carved and put together, little wood pieces, and they're shaped just like a monstera leaf. A monstera is one of my very favorite plants ever, and you can put the tube in it. Now I feel like this is something that could be used for 2 different reasons. One, if you're doing a water testing your water, you could put your test tube in there and it won't fall down. But what I want to use it for is propagating a leaf, and this may be exactly what it's for. I look at it as being able to serve 2 purposes, but for me, this is going to be used to propagate plants. So super special. I just want to share that
It could
with
be a
everybody.
candle holder. It could be a candle holder, too.
No, it's not.
I know. I'm just saying things that it could be. Yes, that was very nice, Susie. And I also need to publicly thank. Why does that word not sound right tonight? Publicly. I'm saying it right. Was it Tennessee Bob? Bob from Tennessee? What was the...
No, Tallahassee.
Tallahassee Bob.
Tallahassee Bob. I emailed him yesterday.
I know. Shame on us. We got... And I still haven't figured out why this happens, but it happens. We got a box at our P.O. box. We go to the post office every day to drop off orders, and they know us in there. And every time we go in there, they're like, oh, you have a package today. And we got a package, and this box was super heavy. And I was like, what in the world is in here? And opened this box up, and it was from Tallahassee Bob. Mm-hmm. We don't know this guy. I mean, it was just a nice guy. Mm-hmm. Sent me, and I don't know. Let's see. Could you move your head a little bit to the right?
This way?
To my right. To your right. No.
Your right or my
That's
right?
your left. Come on now. You're in front of thousands of people. Right there. So look at this rock right here, folks. See that big giant rock right there? And the one next to it here. They were in that box. Mm-hmm. If that just freaked you out, it's because Lisa and I are sitting directly across from each other. There's my hand in front of her camera. Okay, so if you thought your mind was playing tricks on you, just out of nowhere, we get a box with those two big giant pieces of black lava rock, and a really super cool Yellow Lab shirt, which I believe I've worn on a stream, haven't I? I think I have. It's a super cool black shirt, which everybody knows I like wearing black because it's slimming, and it's just got a yellow lab on it. It's adorable. Mm-hmm. I'll make a point to wear it. Jeez, come on, John. I'll make a point to wear it next week. And it was just so thoughtful. It was so cool. And thank you.
Yes.
Tallahassee Bob for that. And he sent you a nice gift too. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but it's...
Yes, he did. He sent me a gift as well. And it's so funny because we were in the middle of so much when we got this. And I feel horrible because I've just sometimes mean well, and I'll have 25 things going on at once. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to get back to this, or I have to remember to do that. And I write myself notes, and stuff to do stuff. Well, he sent me a letter, or it was a letter to both of us, but for me, he had given me a $50 bill. And so I thought, well, I'm going to put the $50 bill back inside of this letter, and I'm going to sit it in my desk drawer, and I'm going to, email him and let him know thank you from us. And, I wasn't just not going to touch that money because I hadn't said thank you yet. So I realized after a couple Aquashellas went by in life and everything that I never said thank you. And that's just not like me to not do something like that. And I felt really bad. So I emailed him yesterday and I told John, I was like, we're jerks. Because we did not say thank you. And that's not how we are. So
it is hard to remember everything. It still kind of freaks us out because we're like, what have we done to deserve that kind of treatment? I can't answer that question. I don't know. It's still amazing that people do that. And we were both very much overwhelmed by that. So if you're watching, thank you very much. And
oh, there he is.
How perfect is that? Well, there you go. Bob May. Is that your name? Perfect. Thank you. And if you look back on our live streams, look behind Lisa's head. Those rocks have been in there for a while.
Yeah.
I put them in almost instantaneously. So I've been appreciating that for a long time. My fish have been appreciating that for a long time. And I've probably worn that shirt 15 times since then. So yes, thank you so much for that. And can't thank you enough. Kelly Castle. I don't know if I said that one already, but thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Chris, how many times are you going to spill one bottle of wine there?
It's not
alcoholic.
You better be glad we're alive, because I would throw
that would be in my lap right now.
Coca-Cola bottle on the floor, just like a cat does.
Chris Roddy, and it's a Brompton life. It's a Brompton life. Became members. Thank you for joining the team. Glad to have you. Mike's turn to aquatics. I was going to buy only a male beta today, but ended up getting a 30-gallon gravel, the entire setup, for a whole new idea.
That's so funny how things like that happen.
Isn't it interesting how that happens?
But it's better that you did that.
Yep.
And realized before you,
I mean, you go in for one thing, and how many times have you gone to the grocery store to get one thing? You go in and you leave with 5 things, none of which are the thing you went in there to get.
But what if he did get like the beta and like a 5-gallon setup, and then realized a week later, you know what, I really wanted to get that school of tetras, or all of those angels, or something like that, and it's just better that you got that 30-gallon
absolutely
from the very beginning.
You got all kinds of options now. You can have all kinds of fun. Andrew Hensler, can fish have allergies? Both times I've fed my beta everything aquatics beta color feast. It acts like it's dying for the day. Next day it's fine.
I would change the food, because it might not be allergies. It just might not be the food for the beta.
Or maybe it's like getting stuck or something, or
maybe just there's a digestion issue or something. So I would change the food.
Listen, I'm not here to disparage a brand. I've never heard of that brand.
No.
But yeah, can fish have allergies? I don't know.
That's a good
Jason
question.
would be the one to ask that, because he specializes in, he's got a freaking PhD in fish health, or the title is like this long. I don't know what the title is that not the title, but the degree is that he has. He would be the one to ask that. But I can tell you this, since 1993, I've been keeping glass boxes full of water with fish in them, and I've never heard of a fish allergy.
And I've never seen one sneeze.
No.
No.
I've seen my Oscars appear to vomit, but it's not them vomiting. It's them just having their mouth full of food and just being like, and just spitting it all out.
True.
And it goes everywhere. And anyway, but yeah, I've never heard of allergies, but that doesn't mean that it's never happened. Ricky Forver. Yep. Terrible. Wait a minute. Yeah. I've just done a terrible job of pronouncing your name, and I'm terribly sorry about that. I'm terrible at it. And Forver, I'm gonna stick with that, or it could be Forvauer. I hope one of those is right, and I'm very, very sorry for probably not saying it right. Fish fan 20-gallon long. Are coolie loaches good with guppies, neons, platies, hatchetfish, and cory cats? Geez, y'all are so encouraging to us.
Aww.
Guppy's not a problem. Neon's not a problem. Platy's not a problem. Hatchetfish, wouldn't think so. Cory cats, I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with any of those. I can't tell you that I have kept coolie loaches with every single one of those. Kept them with mollies, kept them with guppies. There was probably neons in there, and there might have been some cories in there, but not the hatchetfish. But I would imagine they'd be fine. I mean, coolie loaches aren't going to bother anything. So, it's a matter of whether the other fish would bother them.
Right.
Furloughs Aquatics comes in with the $20 bright orange, beautiful stripe. Thank you so much, Eric. And he says, happy Thursday.
Aw. Happy Thursday.
Just like he does every week. I don't know why he spoils us the way he does.
Eric's
you need to be looking for a question so we don't only be doing super chats.
Well,
I
wanted to do my poll.
Let me get through oh, geez. You people are too much. Go ahead.
Well, there was a question. Cameron Aquatics asks, what kind of fish do you have in the tank behind Lisa? And these are yellowfish.
The yellow ones.
They're yellow labs. They're Mbunas.
Yellow Lepidochromis.
Okay. So the poll that I did this week, a lot of people did participate in it. Golly, in one day, 17,000 votes, 333 likes, and 387 comments.
Jeez.
The question was, have you ever had a fish go missing in your aquarium? There were 3 answers: yes, no, or other, maybe I don't know, because I can never get it right for some reason. So I have to do that. Combine the other, maybe I don't know. So 83% of people said yes. 14% of people said no, they have never had a fish go missing in their aquarium. You're either new or you're lying. And 3% of you said other, maybe I don't know. So some of the comments, I'll just read a few off. Stephen Merza, I've lost a couple fish, but one fish I thought I lost was a horse-faced loach in a 75-gallon. I was taking the tank down and found him in the rocks. He was okay. That's awesome. And that does happen a lot. I mean, that happens a lot. Blimpus said, I remember years ago hearing a story of a lost clownfish by this guy named John. It was a long time ago, but what a story. Love you guys. Ox said, yep.
It's true.
Ox. O-X. Yep, my first one was recently. One of my autocinkless, love those little guys. So cute. And then Arthur, I'm going to say Arthur.
Good job.
Sometimes small schooling fish disappear in tanks with snails and the body is never found. The snails mess with the evidence. And this is true. I witnessed this before. I was really sad about it, but I did come across that happening and I was like, wow, if I hadn't walked in and looked in that aquarium at that moment, I would have never known. So, yeah. Angel Mika, I hope I said that right because she comments a lot. Angel Mika. I just realized yesterday that some of my shrimp were missing. My daughter found 2 of them on the floor behind the tank. And you know what? It's happened to me too. These little boogers, they just get out and they decide, you know what? Screw this water. I just want to walk around. And then they forget how to get back in. And then the small scape said yes. Quite bizarre circumstances too sometimes. So sometimes you just don't know. You just don't have an answer. You just don't know where they went. I mean, you know, fish could jump out if you have a cat or a dog. That could be the answer.
My daughter Skylar had an aquarium. This is way before meeting this beautiful woman here. She was like maybe 7. I had a little 10-gallon aquarium on her dresser, and I had like 24 neon tetras in that tank for her. She loved it. It was awesome.
Wow. Wait, in a what size tank?
10-gallon. And apparently, there towards the end, it was not 24, it was 23, because we went to rearrange her furniture in her room, and sure enough, there was a neon tetra stuck to the back of her dresser.
Oh.
It wasn't alive anymore, just to be clear.
But
it was stuck in a vertical, just stuck on the, it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And I'm sorry, I wasn't going in there every day and counting all of the neon tetras.
Right.
So I had no idea that it was gone, but it was gone. Ricky came in again and said, I just set up a 120-gallon tank with a HW304B. Now it appears to be very cloudy. Any ideas? So I have never used the Sun filters. Everybody talks about them. And a lot of people swear by them. A lot of people swear against them. But in my belief, more people say they're good than other. But anyway, that doesn't matter. I've not used those. But if I set up a filter, a new filter, and all of a sudden my water got cloudy, I would be scared of ammonia, because you have to think about, you're introducing something brand new. You're increasing the surface area of that tank. Everything's growing in that tank. And I've actually seen it never happened to me personally, but I've seen it where you can kind of affect your cycle by adding a filter. So that's what would scare me. Bacteria blooms are certainly a thing. It could be that I don't know what kind of media that filter comes with, but maybe there was a lot of really fine particles in there that are blowing around in there. Or it could be teeny tiny microscopic little air bubbles from the filter. I've seen that before too. And it's one of those things that the filter just needs to get all of that air completely purged out of it. So if that doesn't confuse you even more than you already are, Ricky, those are my best guesses. There's a lot of things that could cause that. Keep an eye on things. Do some tests. If the water parameters are okay, then it shouldn't be something to panic over. Stacy Wilson became a member. We got 9 minutes left. The time flies when you're having so much fun.
I know. Wow.
Spent half the time talking about your blue hair, and we don't have time to talk about anything else.
What?
Stacy Wilson became a member. I'm just going to say it. There's going to be some stuff coming up for members. It's going to be a while, but members are going to be glad they're members. That's all I'm going to say.
You're so funny.
Lefty, lots of numbers are arbitrary. I almost said arbituary.
Oh.
That would have been not the right word to use. Mm-hmm. Arbitrary super chat because it's been a while. Miss y'all.
Oh, we miss you too, Lefty. Look, I was even thinking of you. See?
And it's funny when he says, miss y'all. I spent a lot of time with you today, Lefty. You just don't know it. You were on my screen while I was editing my video. You made the cut. Good for you. Everybody did. I'm not going to not put anybody in the videos. Lefty is one of those people that's showing up in the video this Sunday, folks. So you're going to want to watch that. Bob May says, I love supporting you. That was when we were talking about him. I'm so glad that you were in here, Bob, because yeah, I felt so bad for having said anything before. So glad to have you with us, and thank you so much for the support. IHSP's Tank Tribe with the $1.49 heart emoji sticker thing. Thank you for that. That's very sweet of you. I'd love to know what that stands for. IHSP. Insane hell of a... I don't know. Bob May again. Tennessee.
Ooh, wait,
Tallahassee
wait.
Bob loves fish keeping.
I want it to... Wait, go ahead and finish.
Yeah, because we ain't got much time left. What do you want to do? Go ahead.
This name that came up, it's really weird. Kind of freaks me out. And you'll understand why. Lisa Head.
That's Twilight Zone music playing.
So my mom, okay, she got married a long time ago and never changed her name after her divorce. But she married someone with the last name Head. So my mom's last name is Head. So when I see my name in front of it, it's just kind of weird because, well, it was my stepdad, not my real dad, so I never had that name. But it's just kind of funny. You don't see that name that often, like very, very rare. But she asked, Lisa, how would you design a 20-gallon long tank for a single Betta? Well, if it was me for a single Betta in a 20-gallon long, I would put a sponge filter in it, 20-gallon long. You could even put 2 little ones on each end, but like really little ones, because I would actually put the water down even lower, like maybe an inch lower, and have plants that come up, and just make it a really nice planted tank, and have good lighting up top so that the plants just grow, and then the Betta can just swim through the plants. I can picture that. And you could put some little dither fish in there with the Betta, and that would just be a really cool tank, in my opinion. So
there you go. Leo Contreras, best dither fish for a 40 breeder with a group of L471. Tank is around 81 to 82 degrees. Too warm for rainbows, right? What do you recommend? I'm always going to go for Rummy Nose Tetras. That's
Oh, yeah. Or Harlequin Raspberries.
That's a good one, too. And I would probably give you a lot more examples there, Leo, but we're running short on time. I'm sorry. Bloodfin Tetras, that's another good one. How
those
about
are
that?
nice.
I love bloodfins.
IHSP stands for I Hate Stupid People.
That just became my favorite name on YouTube because I, too, hate stupid people. So mine will be ITOOH. You know what I'm saying. Lefty came in again and says, you have done plenty, and you exactly what y'all have done for people in the hobby.
Lefty's so sweet.
That is very sweet. It's hard to understand, but we love you, Lefty.
Well, we know what you mean, Lefty.
Just promise you won't make me cry again. Not cool, John. Hey,
Aww.
I mean, I can't help it. You were the only one in the crowd crying.
I don't think so.
And
it was dark.
Lefty, I almost called him by his real name. Nobody cried in Dallas. We got some strong people in Dallas. There were no tears in Dallas. I don't know why. I tried.
They knew.
Tried to get them tears out, but nobody wanted to play around. Andrew Hensler, so when do I bump into y'all at House of Tropicals?
Oh.
I was talking
We were just
yesterday
talking about House of Tropicals.
Yep.
We will be making a trip soon.
We're going to be making a trip up there soon. And I'm looking forward to it because I love that place so much.
But we can't buy any fish. That's a bummer.
Yeah, you won't say why either. Multi-tank addiction. Meat poop. It's showtime.
Multi-tank addiction.
He gave us the 99-cent poop. Red Raven, fun fact, fish pass gas.
Oh. Out of their mouth? Because I do see bubbles come up all the time.
I could be on my deathbed and I would laugh at that. Doesn't
That
matter
would be funny.
if it's a dog, if it's a cat, if there's wind broken, I'm going to laugh every time.
It would be funnier to see a fish do it. You have to admit, if you saw bubbles coming out of its butt instead of its mouth, that would be hilarious. I would even laugh because I don't laugh at that stuff when you do. I'm just like,
no. You should say this differently. You don't laugh at those when I'm around.
What?
You laugh when I'm not around. Anyway, Rashad Khan. Hey, John and Lisa, you guys have shown me so much about the hobby. I would not have had this much success without you guys. Keep up the awesome work.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. That's very nice. I'm glad we were able to help, and I wish we had more time. I could just gush all over you, but unfortunately, we've only got a couple of minutes left before we will be impeding onto Fish from Fever's time. Tesla Killdozer, love the chat, John and Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you.
We love having you around because I just love saying your name because I'm a huge fan of Elon Musk. I don't know what Killdozer mean, but it sounds cool to me.
Oh my gosh. I think I've never heard someone talk so much about Elon Musk. Ugh.
He's a hero. If you don't like Elon Musk, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Oh.
I mean, the guy's a genius. And hopefully going to be doing us a favor in a few months. There's no way I'm going to make it 6 months. There's no way. It's not possible. Ricky, again, it's a brand new setup. Also have a Marineland Pro 175 on it. Hopefully it just has to cycle. Yes, I would guess that probably is what it is. Because a brand new tank, it's not uncommon for that water to get cloudy. So don't panic. Let the tank do its, run its course, and you should be fine. Don't panic over it like I used to do. Just let it do its thing. Furloughs Aquatics has been a member for 28 long months. Funny how, like a clown, I amuse you. I don't think there are very few people on planet Earth that could argue that's not one of the best scenes that's ever been in cinema, period. If you don't know what movie that's from, we probably couldn't be friends.
I don't know what movie it's
Well, you're
from.
not my friend. You're my wife, so it doesn't really matter.
Wait, I was your friend forever first.
It's Joe Pesci from Goodfellas.
Oh. All right.
I'm so ashamed right now. Ricky, again,
maybe you
you
should
had my
delete
name
this
right the
part.
first time. Ricky Forver. Not Forvour. Forver. And look who is with us tonight. Bird Garden himself. Two of my favorite people. We miss you, Rack. Where have you been?
Yeah.
It's been too long since you've been sitting in this room with us. We got to bring you back to Virginia.
Yes.
we miss Rack for sure. Then, wow, right here at the end of the show, Leo Contreras, Shannon Norris, and Lefty3213A must have re-upped, all became members tonight. Wow.
Well, thank you.
There's some re-ups in there because Leo's badge is red, and that's not brand new. I think the green is the very first one. Lefty's, but yeah. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being with us.
Yes, thank you.
And I'm going to say one thing before we go, before I hand it off to you. Me? Somebody within the last couple of weeks suggested I watch the show Superman and Lois.
Now I'm watching it.
I got to tell y'all, I watched all of Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl. I didn't watch all of Legends of Tomorrow. It was a good show, but those shows were great. But this one is the best out of all of them. I am a Superman guy. I'm a Flash guy too, but I mean, I'm a Superman guy. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And I will be putting the next episode on right after we're done here. So whoever it was that suggested that to me, thank you. Love that show.
I'm on the second episode.
What a good show that is. So
yeah.
I am going to say goodnight now, and I'm going to hand it off
there's
to
a
my
bug.
beautiful wife
There's
so
a
that she
bug.
can say goodbye to y'all.
Oh, bye. Stupid bug. I'm just kidding. Thank you for watching. Yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. I feel like I just made a blooper for a video, and he has to edit that out. But anyways, again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It was a lot of fun. And thank you, mods. We couldn't do it without you. We appreciate you so much. And everybody who lurked, who chatted, who super chatted, who just, hung out with us, thank you so much. We really, really, really love hanging out with everybody on Thursday nights. And we hope you have a wonderful weekend. But don't forget to go check out Fish Room Fever after this stream first, and then go enjoy your weekend.
And don't forget to watch the video on Sunday.
And unless he says you have to hang out with somebody else after his stream. But yeah, anyways, talk to you later and see you next Thursday.